Dear children, welcome to our YouTube channel of Sangli Shikshan Sanstha. Today we are going to learn about Standard 8th Subject History, Lesson number 3, Effects of British Rule. Due to geographical discoveries, European reached Indian coast. All the European and Portuguese, Dutch, French and British entered the race to capture the Indian market. British in India came for trade purpose. But the Portuguese had already settled in India, gave a bitter resistance, means tried to stop something from happening. Later developed a friendly relation. To establish dominance over India, British had to oppose French, Dutch and local rulers. British and Marathas. Mumbai was the main center of British from the western side of India. Tried to acquire nearby territories, but Marathas had strong hold over it. After the death of Madhavrao Peshwa, Uncle Raghunath Rao approached to get help from the British. As the greedy nature of Peshwa's ship, this led to the entry for the British in Maratha. During 1774 to 1818, three wars were fought between the Marathas and the British. First war, Marathas faced unitedly and proved superior to British. In 1782, Treaty of Salbai was signed between Maratha and British. After a long discussion, war came to an end. Subsidiary alliance. A system developed by East India Company solved the problem of ruling a nation which is under the rule of a king. Also, an Indian ruler has to accept British forces in his region and agree to pay for their maintenance. This is the concept of subsidiary alliance. In 1798, Lord Wellesley arrived in India to establish British domination all over India. For this purpose, he signed the subsidiary alliance with many Indian rulers. According to this, Indian rulers were assured of getting military help. But some terms were laid on them. First one, Indian rulers to maintain British army in their court. Second, pay cash or part of the territory to the company for its maintenance. Rulers should not have any alliance with other power or declare war against any power without permission of British. Also, they would be given residence in state. Some Indian rulers accepted it and lost their freedom. In 1802, Bajirao II signed subsidiary alliance treaty with the British, Treaty of Vasai. But this treaty was not acceptable to some Maratha Sardars. So, Second Anglo-Maratha War began during this period and there was victory of British. Victory of British increased interference of British into Maratha state. It was intolerable and Bajirao II waged a war against British, but defeated in battle and surrendered to the British in 1818. Meantime, the capital of Mughals was under the control of Daulat Rao Shinde. By defeating the troop of Shinde, General Lake captured the Mughal emperor and gained victory over Hindustan. Chhatrapati Pratap Singh. Peshwaship came to an end, but Chhatrapati Pratap Singh was still ruling over Satara. Britishers signed treaty with Chhatrapati Pratap Singh and appointed Grant Duff as an officer to assist him in state affairs. But later, Chhatrapati Pratap Singh was dethroned and exiled to Kashi. He died in the year 1847. Rango Bapuji Gupte, a loyal officer of the Chhatrapati Pratap Singh, fought the legal battle and went up to England, but he was unsuccessful. Later, Lord Dalhousie rejected the adoption policy in the year 1848 and annexed the state of Satara. Effects of British rule on India. Dual government system. In 1765, Robert Clive introduces this system in Bengal. They started the work of revenue collection. Nawab of Bengal was appointed to maintain law and order. This is dual government system. There were ill effects of dual government seen after some time. Money went in the pocket of officers. Monopoly of trade was set up by East India Company officers. So many companies in England envied them. The work system of company in India received criticism in England and British Parliament. So they started some laws to keep control over company. Parliamentary laws. Due to Regulating Act of 1773, the Bengal governor came to known as Governor General. Lord Warren Hastings became Governor General of India. Rights were given to control policies of Mumbai and Madras provinces. 4-member committee was set up to assist him. In 1784, Pitt's India Act was passed. It provided appointment of a permanent board of control for better regulation and management of affairs with day-to-day work in proper system by East India Company. In 1813, 1833 and 1853, new laws were passed by Parliament. These brought changes in the work of company. Means it was indirectly control of the British government on the administration of East India Company. With emergence of British rule, a new administration system was developed in India. Civil, military, police, judicial system became main pillars of British administration in India. Civil services. To make strong British rule in India, bureaucrat Lord Cornwallis introduced bureaucracy. These services were important part of British government. He stopped the private trade carried out by company officers and increased their salary. To make suitable the work of administration, divided the British occupied region in district. The district collector was the chief of district administration. He was responsible for revenue collection, giving justice, maintain law and order. These officers were appointed through competitive exam known as Indian Civil Services, that is ICS. Military and police force. Military force was appointed for safeguard of British occupied regions in India. It acquired new regions and break down revolt done against British in India. To maintain law and order was duty of police force. Judicial system. British established new judicial system on basis of same system like England. Every district had a civil and criminal court to solve the case. If matter is not solved, it was considered at High Court. Equality before law. A law was differed from place to place. Difference in judgment on the casteism. Leader Lord Macaulay set up a committee for the code of law. Indian Penal Code was enforced all over British in India with British principles of equality. Penal Code means Official Criminal Code of India. Economic policies of the British. Due to invaders settle in India by absorbing Indian culture, they ruled here but never made changes in basic Indian economic system. But Britishers were an exception as England was a modern nation with industrial revolution. Capitalist prevailed economic system in India, which was conducive to economic system in England. Means it was same as economic system in England. It was benefit for British people, but India started facing economic crisis due to this. Land revenue policy. Before the British rule, the village economic system was self-sufficient. Also, the needs of the villagers were fulfilled. Land revenue was a source of income tax. Pre-British period, revenue was collected in type of crop cultivated. For loss of crop, farmer was exempted, means no tax was paid if the crops were damaged. Revenue was in the form of grains. If payment was late, farmers' land was not confiscated, means it was not to take away something from somebody as a punishment. To increase income, British made changes in the revenue. Land was measured and a tax according to area of the land was fixed. Tax payment was done in the cash compulsory. If farmer failed to pay in time, land was confiscated and it was different from place to place. Due to this, it led to exploitation of farmers. Consequences of new land revenue system. Undesirable effects of new land revenue system on rural life. To pay tax, farmers sold crops at whatever price they got. The merchants and brokers started purchasing their goods at minimum, means less rate. So, farmers mortgage means kept their land to money lenders for money and pay tax at the time. Farmer became bankrupt. Bankrupt means not having enough money to pay their debts. Due to non-repayment of loan, farmer sold land. So, farmer was exploited totally by government, zamindars, moneylenders and merchants. Commercialization of agriculture. Cultivating food grains fulfill the domestic and village needs of farmers. But British government started giving encouragement to cash crops like cotton, indigo, tobacco, tea, etc. So the process commercialization of agriculture was started by the British. From 1860 to 1900, during this period, India faced great famine nearly for 40 years. But British rulers made no efforts to overcome it. Also, expenditure was not made on the provision of water supply. Means nothing support was given from British to Indians. Development of transport and communication system. Modern facilities like transports and communication were developed to increase trade and administration for convenience. So, in the year 1853, started the first railway from Mumbai to Thane. Also started telegraph system. So, military station and all cities came in connection with one another. Postal system also started too during this period. Development in transport and communication system. In the year 1853, this was the first railway started by British from Mumbai to Thane. And also they started telegraph system in India. Due to this, all cities and military stations got connected with one another. All this development has a long-term impact on social life. So, increase in sense of unity among Indians. Decline of traditional industries in India. British started to take huge tax on goods exported from India to England and gave less tax for the goods taken or imported from England to India. As an industrialist, goods manufactured by machine in England were on large amount at low cost to compete with cheap products. It became difficult for Indian artisans. So, led to closed traditional industries and artisans became unemployed. Development of new industries in India. Due to lack of British support, experience of management and capital, Indian businessmen forward in large numbers, yet some built up their own business facing problems. In 1853, Kawasji Nanabhai Dawar started first textile mill. In 1855, first jute mill was started by Rishra in Bengal. 1967, Jamshedji Tata started Tata Iron and Steel at Jamshedpur. Also coal, metal, sugar, cement and chemical industries were also started. Social and cultural effects. The year 19th century, a new era was shaped in Europe with values like humanitarianism, democracy, nationalism and rationalism. This change in Western side easily understood unpleasant. This change in the Western side easily understood unpleasant. Understood unpleasant effect on India. So, to carry administration, British understand Indian society. So, studied Indian tradition, history, literature, music, flora and fauna. In the year 1784, Sir William Jones, English officer, established Asiatic Society of Bengal at Kolkata. Max Muller, a German thinker, a religious scholar of Indian religion, language and history. So, there arose feeling among newly educated Indians to study Indian religion, history and tradition. The British introduced many laws in India. In the year 1829, Lord William Bentinck passed Sati Prohibition Act. In 1856, Lord Dalhousie passed Widow Remarriage Act. This act brought social changes. To carry out administration in India, British required English-educated Indians. As per decision, Lord Macaulay in the year 1835, English education was imparted in India. Through new education, Indians were come to know about Western thoughts, modern reforms, science and technology. In 1857, universities were established at Kolkata, Mumbai and Madras. The Western Indians led the social reform movement in India. This way, the Western Indians led the social reform movement in India.